Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Kip TV. I am Kip and I am very excited to bring you another Barnblitz match. I know I promised I would never do Barnblitz again, but actually I really like it, and after I did a week without any Barnblitz, I felt like I cleansed my Barnblitz palette. So yes, I'm bringing you another Barnblitz, but I am not alone. I am joined here with Skyro. Want to say hello?
Hello.
Skyro is going to help me cast this. You want to talk a little bit about your competitive experience and what classes you main, so see what you can help bring to the table in this cast?
I main Pyro, Demoman, and Scout for Highlander. I have experience in Season 6 and Season 7 of UGC, so I'm not actually that experienced in Team Fortress 2. And basically, I'm just really excited to do this cast. I've been waiting for it for a day, basically, but I'm still really excited.
Alright, well, awesome. I'm glad I could make your dreams come true. Your dreams of all of one day. But anyway, also making the dreams come true of Gravity Gang and Dominators United, the teams we have today. Gravity Gang, their tag is .981, which all of you might know is the speed of gravity, or the velocity of gravity. I had to look that up, but I did remember it from 9th grade physics.
Interestingly, the Pyro for the Gravity Gang is using the Man Melter.
Alright, that is pretty interesting. We'll see how that plays out. Of course, this is UGC and almost nothing is banned, so of course it is allowed. So we're seeing immediate push out by blue. Gravity Gang is in blue right now, and Dominators United is red. We're seeing the very typical setup of the red heavy and medic here up in the house, but actually being pressured from behind by the soldier from blue, getting a nice flank there, but actually pushed back by the heavy and
yeah, the heavy medic combo. Yeah, the soldier just killed himself to the heavy, so that's not very good for the Gravity Gang. The card actually being pushed pretty far out for the beginning of the match, but Sentry Nest seems to be fine. The Ubers are popped for both the teams, interestingly enough, on the Pyro. What do you think about that?
Probably popped on Pyro to blow back the red Uber, because the red Uber was popped up initially, or first, but probably not the most effective use. They really should have saved that, popped it on the demo to take down the sentry.
Yeah, that should have been the best idea.
And the blue medic phone's actually having trouble healing anybody right there, so Hopsman, the red medic, is going to have a nice little Uber advantage. Probably will hold that, to protect the sentry nest, but we will see. Actually, only 3 up right now for the red team on defense, so they're going to have a hard time defending right here. Of course, they do have the Pyro with them. They will be able to blow back, but actually Sentry Gun goes down to the soldier.
Pyro trying to corner that sentry, and it finally goes down there. So
first cap
the guard's finally over first cap. 1 minute 27, that's pretty decent time.
Yeah, it was pretty fast for the first cap. So right now we're seeing ×3 on the card, which is of course the time you do want. Phones has 100% Uber, so they're looking pretty good as they roll into this little turntable.
They are looking pretty good, but the red team is interestingly not falling back with this obvious Uber disadvantage.
Oh, Medic goes down to a backstab. Entel gets him to drop. Really big right there. Big pick right there. And
that's really going to make a difference.
Indeed, that's going to get Hotman, the red medic, a nice Uber advantage, and now they can be super aggressive if they want to. Oh, but Hotman goes down. He was way out of position. Was trying to be aggressive, but should have popped that Uber. Goes down to some stickies. Red is nowhere near set up in the attic right here, and this is
It's only the soldier left, and the Pyro coming to assist him here, but this guard, it cannot be stopped now.
No, they are rolling. Gravity Gang is...
The engineer trying to set up, but he's getting crushed by the Pyro. The engineer is down. That's not good for the hill. The hill is one of the main defense points. If it gets pushed over that, that pretty much means end of round.
Yeah, you do have to deal with the choke going into last, but with the momentum we see and that we're seeing from Gravity Gang, it looks like they're looking pretty good right now. Phones has a nice little Uber advantage. They may want to take full advantage of that and get Hotman down and or make him drop.
Yes, and I actually just saw Entel getting a nice pick on the red, on the blue heavy. Sorry for that. So that's going to slow the momentum down a little bit. As you can see, they're having a little bit of trouble pushing up this hill right here.
Yeah, and the hill, of course, has those yellow and black stripes, which means the cart has to be continually touched by somebody or else it starts to run back or fall back.
Yes, that we just saw.
Yeah, and it's so annoying.
Hex beard. I can't spy at 60 thing.
Ah,
We can see that as it's currently bottom fracking.
Oh, ouch.
Not good. The cart actually pushed up the hill here, but a lot of players from the enemy team, I mean the blue team from the Gravity Gang going down, but the cart still gets capped, so that's very nice for them. There is a half-decent setup right now on the last point. The scout actually building the Uber right here, if you can see that, with his long bullet and his orange tassel cap.
Yep, the Boston Basher out.
Cycling up the stairs, let's see what he's up to.
Looks like he's spotted out, caught on fire, so they know he's there. Won't be able actually put out, gets the health pack. They still know he's there though, so the red pyro is on his tail.
Yep, he got caught out. That's a shame. That's a real shame. He's not gonna be able to do anything with that. Interestingly enough, he's still alive and he's still managing to push that cart. The sentry set up on the top right of the last point. Interesting position. Do not quite agree with that though.
Oh yeah, right outside spawn. I don't disagree with this. Oh, red Uber's popped way too early. Not sure why it was popped right there. Really should have been saved to
I think it was forced actually. A little bit of Hoffman's health had been chipped off. I think that was a soldier bombing in.
I guess I can't disagree with that, but
the soldier actually goes down there, and the scout for the Gravity Gang actually using the soda popper. Interestingly, but he goes down to the soldier anyway.
Red Pyro doing some nice blowback action on the blue heavy as he comes in Uber. Spy getting him on the backstab, so Mocking God goes down to Intel.
That's a really great pick there.
Yeah, the heavy medic combo could have done a lot of damage, but now that'll buy the red engineer. Seth likes weed. Well, we'll just call him Seth. They'll buy him some nice time to build up the sentry again, because it did go down. Interestingly,
he's not building up the sentry, but it's dispenser. Don't agree with that.
Well, this is a great sentry placement right here, because if there is a spy, he will have to jump over the top, and that will buy the engineer a little bit of time, and also make it very suspicious. Doesn't look like the spy is too concerned with the sentry right now, though. He is looking for that medic.
The engineer is wrangling his sentry to get him out of the way, though, and he's caught out by the soldier, so they know that now. And he goes down or dead ringer, I'm not sure.
I believe he's dead ringing. Here comes Hotman with the Uber, pops it on his demo. They're pushing forward, being super aggressive. I'm not sure I agree with this. Phones, the medic is down.
They're not actually being that aggressive, if I'm right with the red Uber being popped.
They're not getting the players for sure. Sniper is up here on the front lines. Here comes the Pyro. It looks like they
just take someone down. I don't know who. It was Luke Cryo? Never mind.
Yeah, it's hard to keep up with. Anyway, so Red just pushing back, trying to just assert their dominance on the hill outside of spawn right now. Just really trying to give their engineer some time to build up.
Yeah, but the demo man is laying down those stickies, and the heavy is really hurt right now, and he goes down to the demo man's stickies. So there you go. That's Invent Noir. Wow. From the Gravity Gang taking down the heavy there, and the medic goes down to the soldier from the Domination United, whatever it is, I forgot it.
Dominators United.
Yeah.
Close enough.
Close enough.
So that's going to give, again, Hotman, the red medic, a nice advantage.
The blue heavy takes down the sentry gun from Seth, and he is unable to set it up again as he goes down, but that dispenser is still alive, so if they do manage to stretch enough time, he can just easily build up another one. Oh, it goes down.
Card is being pushed right now, but Hotman is so close to Uber. We'll see if he can stay alive and pop this. No, he goes down. Archelius, the soldier gets a nice bomb in on him.
Pick.
And this is going to be it, I believe.
Can the Pyro put up this action? No, he can't.
And there we go. That is a GR, first round. 8 minutes, 22 seconds. A very nice time for Barnblitz.
Don't fully agree with that. It's a decent time, but I've seen faster, to be honest.
Well, yes, it's decent. Well, I'll agree with decent. And
Let's see if there are any Uber differences right now. The blue team still using the normal metagun.
red, interesting, is
Yes,
using the
it's
crits.
using the crits. They're using the crits, and they're pushing the heavy interestingly forward right now. I don't know if that's just shenanigans for pre-game or what. The
Yeah.
medic is falling back right now, so I hope to see some crits demo action right here.
I would really like that too. Nothing like seeing a spawn filled with crit stickies and then just, you know, a 5 or 6k. Just very
Yes, he
satisfying.
even has a couple of sticky traps on the door, so we'll see how that goes.
Real quick, I forgot to go over the teams. On Dominators United, who is on blue right now, we have seen Hot Pants as medic. We have Entel as spy, second in his team in points, so pretty significant there. Mashed Potatoes is soldier. That shiny Mudkip is pyro. Seth is engineer. Not is heavy. Penguin is sniper. The McGib is demo, and Luke Rio is scout. We'll go over the other team in just a second, but we are definitely seeing the medic very far up, looking to pop the crits. He's actually on his heavy right now.
Oh, the demo goes down to Entel, the spy. That's gonna render the crits useless.
They are gonna have the heavy,
nice pick.
but the heavy is just not gonna be able to get in the spawn if people are hide behind corners and crates and such, and that's what we're seeing right now.
Yes, that's the waste of an entire crit right there. The sniper going in with the bushwalker doesn't quite work. The heavy getting hit with the Sandman, disabling that Uber for just a few seconds, still useful. Very nice move there.
But the blue crits, I mean the blue Uber just popped entirely too soon, popped right out of spawn. They're not going to be able to get this sentry nest, which is set up in the usual place on the first points.
Indeed.
We are seeing, what's his name?
The cart is getting pushed pretty fast though.
Yeah, it looks like they have a good time here, but they're really going to reach a stalemate once they get involved with this sentry gun. We're seeing a soldier battle on the hill right now. Actually, Archelius goes down. Penguin gets a nice headshot on him.
Phone is close to another crits charge, so I hope to see some more crits demo action here. The crits is popped, takes down the heavy, takes down the soldier. He can't get the medic though. It's a shame.
Phones goes down to a headshot too, so that stopped that crits from doing its full potential right there. But it did, however, stop the cart for another minute or another second or two, which, you know, in Barnblitz, stopwatch mode can be so significant.
Indeed. Well, we are seeing a stalemate situation, which I would imagine the red team has no problem with, because stalemates, they stretch time incredibly long. The blue Uber is popped on the heavy, but sentry not going down.
Not being wrangled.
Got alive. And the Pyro home wrecking that thing.
Wow, so a really good hold right there. Interesting, the engineer didn't decide to wrangle it, but from my experience, if the engineer doesn't go down, a crits heavy medic will not take down a level 3 if it's constantly being repaired with constant ammo.
Well, crits don't really affect building, so that wouldn't make a difference anyway.
Did I say crits? I meant Uber.
Yes, exactly.
Yes, makes sense.
Not from the Gravity Gang goes down to a nice headshot from Carlos, the sniper from... Wait. That was actually Dominators United, not. Goes down to a headshot from Carlos from the Gravity Gang.
Looks like Entel got a good stab on the engineer, got a zap down too, and the Pyro was not able to home wreck it, so this sentry gun is down. That's going to enable blue to push out here if they can get on the
Hopefully
carts.
push out, because there's still a demo man, a heavy and a medic up there, but heavy goes down to a bunch of sticks. But
and Phones is really, really hurt right now.
Phones
some health back,
not
so
quite hurt. He's on 150 health right now.
He was hurt, you just didn't see it.
Ah.
Alright, first zone is
Oh,
capped.
Phones goes down to a stab from Entel.
That is going to hurt the defense right there, and it looks like indeed Dominators United is pushing forward through this yard, trying to cut off any red aggression.
I'm currently on the intel cam as he is way behind the Gravity Gang team, and he's gonna try to go for the sentry, but I think the soldier catches him out. Fails to get that stab on the engineer, and the sentry nest is still safe. Good job by the soldier there.
Now where is the sentry? Oh, okay. We've seen
the sentry is in that little corner. I yet again don't agree with that positioning. I would much rather see that sentry up on the high ground, so it can be a lot harder to hit for the power classes like the soldier and the demo man.
I agree.
But now they can just corner it with blast damage. Demo man can just put some stickies down there.
Here comes the Ubered Heavy, actually not able to take it down again, so
yes,
like Dominators United should have learned their lesson from the beginning that one Ubered Heavy is not going to take down a level 3 sentry gun that's being prepared. So they really need to get their demo in there. As you said, even a demo not Ubered with a soft push could put in some stickies, take down the engineer, and really easily take down that sentry in that position.
The red crits is popped, but the McGib takes down phones with a pipe. Nice pipe there. Sorry for interrupting.
We are seeing Pariah actually run the backburner. What are your thoughts on that?
I would definitely go with the preference onto the degreaser, but you know what, mainstreamers, the backburner can work, but I would say no in defensive situations. Maybe in offensive situations when you could get a flank off on the enemy team, but just no. You're supposed to be a pyro. I mean, homewrecker, you're fine, but backburner, defense, really?
And
the spy gets the stab on the engineer, but Pariah
wasn't even spy checking. He does have the homewrecker rat, so he saves a sentry, but really should have been, you know what you're saying, being a better pyro there. So unfortunate right there for Gravity Gang, but the sentry is still up, and Blue should really be taking advantage. But here come the stickies, here come the Uber demo, and the McGib and Hotman Hot Pants are able to take down the sentry, enabling their team to push. They just need to get somebody on the cart.
The pyro there was trying to do some work blasting it back, but backburner, that's not gonna work.
Nope.
With that extra air blast cost, that significant difference is going to not make your air blast cost 20, but 50 ammo, so that's a really big difference right there. That can mean a lot of things, especially on defense.
And here we're seeing
the blue team finally capping the second point, but there's only 1 minute and 45 seconds to go in the round, so I really doubt if they're going to make this or not.
I don't know. I think they're looking pretty good. The red engineer, that Asian gamer, made a fatal mistake in deciding to rebuild at that second cap point instead of falling back and building on the hill. So right now there's no sentry.
Excuse me for interrupting, but the red team just got their medic taken down by a headshot from Penguin from Dominators United, so the Dominators United team definitely looking good with 1 minute left to cap the last points. And yes, Hauptmann has that Uber charge ready. Will we see it get capped here? What do you think?
Looking pretty good. If anybody has a chance right now, they definitely do. Uber popped on the heavy, taking down the opposite heavy.
Yes, I am currently on the heavy cam right now, and I'm seeing not a lot of damage being put out. He's having trouble with taking down that sentry, but it did get a sap on it. But the spy comes in, backstabs both of the heavy and the medic, so that's going to end their push right there. That's not good.
No, I'm actually really surprised they weren't able to take that. Should have been an easy roll in there, coming in with the Uber and not a level 3 sentry gun, but it looks like Gravity Gang is going to be able to hold it. So impressive hold right there. 16 seconds left. Probably no way Dominators United are going to come back and get this. Especially now Red has an Uber. Or crits.
Red pops the crits onto the heavy using the Iron Curtain, which I like. I personally use that a lot, but it has absolutely no difference. And the round goes to the Gravity Gang. So there you go. That's the first round, or first half rather. going to the gravity gang right there.
So it looks like we're going to take a halftime real quick, so we will be back with the second half. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Kip TV. I am Kip, and we are back with the second half of this round. Again, I'm joined by Skyro. I'm really happy to have him here and have his analysis on this game. But real quick, I wanted to give you the roster for blue team right now, which is Gravity Gang. We were not able to do that in the first half. We have Medic, Phones on Medic, Infinidium is Scout, Hexbeard is Spy, Invent Noir is Demo, That Asian Gamer is Engineer, Arcalius is Soldier, Carlos is Sniper, Pariah is Pyro, and then Mocking God is Heavy. So let's see what kind of setup Dominators United has going for this.
Actually, I'm just noticing Pariah has switched back to the degreaser. Why so Mindfeed? That's not possible. I heard before the game that you had a little fun fact to say about the tag for the Gravity Gang gaming. What do you have to say about that?
9.18 is the velocity of gravity.
Mission begins in
Fun fact.
Fun fact. Yeah. So we know there are a bunch of physics nerds on that team.
Or just one physics nerd and the rest of other nerds that never mind that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Both teams running the regular Ubercharge as the round is starting. The Heavy pushing unusually far forward, and Red Heavy goes down along with the Red Soldier here. None of the Ubers popped yet, but the blue team is getting a significant player advantage right now, as the Red Pyro, the Red Soldier, and the Red Heavy have gone down, as well as the Spy. And all of the players for blue are still alive.
Yeah, this is not looking good right now for Dominators United, losing a ton of players. Their medic had to fall back because there was just nobody, no offensive classes to heal.
Seth trying to wrangle that sentry, but he gets axed or flamed by the Pyro, and he just flames it around while it's still under its shield. So I do like to see fast times, however. 48 seconds on the first point. That's a near steamroll.
That is pretty darn fast. We are seeing, actually, Hotman, the medic, is still behind lines, just pulling out the Uber, so I don't think that was such a great idea. Probably should have just retreated. Or
yes, Hotman goes down here to Arcalius, so that's a bad thing.
Looks like Red is setting up on the attic, trying to get that height advantage, which is a good idea. However, the engineer, Seth, is going to have to really hurry. Right now taking a ton of spam from the Heavy. And
it is in a much better position, however. As you can see, it's not going down as fast as the sentry did in that corner from the other half from the Gravity Gang gaming team. But it does go down here, pressured by the Soldier, grabbing the maximum ammo back, dropping down onto the medic. Can we see some medic killing action here? No, he can't. Misses his last rocket there. Medic grabbing the med back, and he's up to health again.
So blue looking actually not that great now. Took a bit of damage and suffered a fallback from here, and that's going to enable Red to set up their defense again. If Seth can get up here, actually a Soldier, Arcalius, is still up in the attic, trying to prevent that, but does go down to, or Intel finishes him off.
Indeed, and the red team has a incredibly significant Uber advantage due to that crit streak being ran right now. The Uber advantage is 40%, which I truly do like to see. So I'm gonna try and look at what blue's gonna do with this. I don't think they realize the incredible advantage or disadvantage either team has, though. It's a little bit of chaos going on right now.
Yeah, a little bit harder because the Hotman does have his 100% crits. I would suggest popping it as soon as he gets a offensive class to pop it on. Here we go, he has the Heavy. I would really like to see them push forward with this. Maybe
Mocking God going down to the sentry, that's not good.
Alright, here we go. Crits is popped, but Phones got his Uber just in time, so does not do anything in both the Heavy and medic, or just the medic goes down, Heavy now goes down. So not a great crit.
making a strategic move and falling back into the enemy lines, taking the attention from that Uber mostly to him behind the lines, and that's how the sentry setup is still here. But the engineer get backstabbed and the sapper is on. That's the end of the line for Red's defense here.
Right, so nice coordination right there, just having the heavy and the spy go up there, being able to take down the gun and engineer very, very efficiently. So, again, like you said, this is probably the end of Red's defense. At this point, at least.
Hopman still running the crits here. I do not agree with this, but it is that fast build, and for some reason, the Blue Medic Phones is not building his Uber right now, but now he is. A second ago, he was not, so big difference right there. But still, that's... Oh, Hopman is down! Missed that moment from the Blue Soldier, Archelios. I cannot pronounce that for some reason.
Nah, you just make it up and then stick with the name.
I'm gonna call him Art from now on, just like you call Seth like we've said.
Yeah.
I just say weed. Ugh.
Archelia is actually up on his attic, the very highest point on Barnblitz, and just spamming the heck out of the sentry position, able to get the dispenser and the engineer, and that again is going
the demo still up there. And he's spamming really heavily, and Red Medic losing some health, but not a lot. Not a lot. But still.
Looks like Blue Uber is really close, and they have a nice advantage over Red, and they're going to be pushing into last with that advantage.
Yes, they're looking to get this cart over the hill right now. They have that Uber charge ready, and Hauptmann goes down to Hexbeard, the blue sniper. I mean, spy, sorry. So definitely not looking good for the red team. Still running that crit, which is a really stupid idea. Seth setting up that sentry in the top right of the barn yet again. Getting pressured by that scout. But he goes down to a crossbow from Hoffman. Definitely do like that kill right there. He's just lying on the ground with his head flopped onto the floor. And his soda popper still in his hand for some reason. I don't know.
Oh no, Phones drops the Uber, I believe. He goes down. Was not able to pop that coming into last, so it actually looks like Blue's gonna have a little more
yes,
of a
he
challenge.
definitely did not see that sniper coming. And it does look like we have a crash from the blue team.
Yes,
I do hope we're not going to see a pause here, but I smell one.
Alright.
And we have a pause. Let's see if I can get some funny moments on here like Sal always does.
Yeah, let's see. I don't see anything. Everybody appears to be on the ground. Alright, anyway, we will be back with, back after the pause. Alright, we're still paused a little bit, but we will be starting momentarily. I have the scores up for everybody to look at. Seeing Penguin actually in first for the red team, so we're going to go on his cam as sniper, see what he can't do.
I am actually on the Carlos cam, which is the sniper for the Gravity Gang. Trying to snipe down that sentry as it's being wrangled, but goes down to the heavy. So the heavy doing some good work there.
Penguin actually getting a nice headshot on the medic and then getting a nice kill on Archelius, so you can now see why he's top fragging on his team.
But the red team has a full Uber advantage going into defense here. Look at these Uber differences.
It is a crits though, and they so far have not been able to utilize it to the best of its effect, so we will see.
I do want to see something going down here though. What the heck is this? I'm seeing the demo man from Dominators United using the charging torch.
What?
What is he doing with that crits on his hands?
I'm talking about not
being smart.
Oh no,
yes, I'm talking about not. I'm talking about not, which, interestingly enough, I think he was Yes, the McGib and Not actually switched classes from last health.
Interesting.
And so far, it has been working out for them on last point. The crits here popped on the heavy, which is a wise choice from the medic here. Freaking charger charge. Not a lot of players going down to the crits though. The medic does pop his Uber. Pyro trying to do some work, but goes down to what I believe was the soldier. But Red's defense still set up here. Spy just got in here, but immediately got taken out by that sentry, so that's a lot of fun there.
Actually, sentry being spammed right now by the soldier.
Yes,
from the
it's
attic.
down by the soldier.
Soldier goes down though to the heavy medic combo, and Phone's actually gone down too by the heavy. Red being very aggressive and just pushing up with that heavy and medic close to crits right now, so they could do a lot of damage with this and severely cut into Gravity Gang's time here. Popping the crits on the heavy.
Yes, they're popping the crits yet again, utilizing this full Uber advantage. But right now they did not manage to kill that medic. That means the Ubers are going to be about even, around 50%, which is going to be my analysis for now.
Alright.
Actually,
well,
yes, that's true.
Hotman is running the crits, so it will be up a little bit, significantly earlier. But Blue looks like they're having some trouble just reorganizing right now. They were doing so well in the first couple of points, but now they just seem to be scattered, not really together as a team.
Yeah, it's second time on the first point.
Yes.
That advantage is now completely insignificant.
Right.
And Hexbeard now saying mocking. I don't know if that's a pun or not, but whatever. Oh. He's actually talking in game chat, which I cannot see because I have voice disabled, which is good.
Yes, you don't. Sometimes the chatter is completely unnecessary. So again, the heavy for Blue was pushing it all by himself, and Mocking God got taken down by the sentry gun. Here the Blue Ubers pop, taking the sentry gun down immediately is Inventor, and looking pretty good right now. We'll see if the Blue medic can
as well. The red crits is popped on a mini sentry. What the hell are you doing, medic? Yes, it was popped on the engineer trying to guard his mini sentry there. It did a little bit of damage there to the heavy, but the crits was popped either way for the red team. So that's a good job by the engineer, bad job by the medic.
Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. NG
Yep,
spy,
and
if you have it,
Mocking God goes down to a stab from Entel. He's been doing a lot of good work in this match, so I'm going to go to his POV right now. He's behind enemy grounds, trying to get the stab on the engineer. Not quite working out for him. Medic gets the Vitasaw on him.
Yeah, nice
running that Vitasaw because he knows what's going on here. He has to take those emergency measures, especially when you're still 50% Uber behind. And the red crit here.
Actually popped on the heavy. Heavy went down, so medic switched to the demo. Demo not able to get the spam in there.
Penguin going huge here, taking down the demo that was going for the unguarded sentry here, and I'm seeing a Bushwaka sniper rifle, whatever. But so the demo and the spy were going up to that sentry, and Penguin takes them both down with 2 headshots in a row. No bullets wasted. That's how you're efficient.
But almost insignificant right now. Sentry is down, and Blue is pushing very strong right now. Red is only 2 people up. Penguin is one of them, and Entel is the other. 2 of the best scoring people on the team, but Blue is just rolling right here. There's times 4 or 5 on the cart. Red medic comes in, Red spy comes in, but nobody can save it at this point. Going to roll.
Oh, spy get backstabbed. That's ironic. And that's Gravity Gang Gaming winning the round here at a time of 12 minutes 12, which is unbelievably slow.
It is pretty slow. They're definitely going to have their work cut out for them defending against this time.
Yes, Phones using that crits. I do not agree. I really do not agree. In this situation, I would see that you would run the crits after the first Uber charge from the beginning of the entire thing. But right now that invincibility pop from the offensive team, as soon as they see that crits popped, is just not going to matter right now. It's going to cut only a little bit of time from the blue team, which is currently Dominators United. And Shiny Mudkip severely bottom fragging here, along with Not. Is he still running that charge and charge? I want to see that.
Is he?
Looks like so. No, that was Invent. Hang on. No, looks like he finally got that stupid strategy out of his head. He's using the sticky bomb launcher. And that sexy, unusual regulator. That reminds me of my burning flamenco. Really missed that blood thing. So a little bit more about the burning flamenco I mentioned. I unboxed a unusual when I was new to the entire thing of trading. And it was 20 bucks worth of buds. So, and I got sharked for 4.5 bucks. That's not fun.
That really sucks. Warning out there to everyone. Get unusual, do your research, and don't be a victim. But anyway, we are seeing the red crits pop. Did take down the demo, did do some damage right there. Definitely pushed blue back, and they're scared to come out of their spawn right now.
Indeed, the scouts trying to pressure the demo man with the Sandman do not agree with that, but he does go down, so I guess it works. The cards. Why is the card so far back? What are you doing?
Blue's having a little bit of a issue pushing it. Right now it's only the engineer on the point, and actually he's getting sniped, so he's got to watch his head.
So far the red team actually doing a significant job of defending that point. Will we see a third round getting pushed out of this or not? Because sadly I cannot remember the scores for the first round.
It is 1-0 Gravity Gang.
1-0 Gravity Gang. Do like to see that third health being pushed out of the Gravity Gang gaming team here then. But so far it's not looking like it, as the blue team is actually taking nearly 2 minutes and still counting to push out of still that first point. Now if they take 2 minutes on each of the points, they still have 4 minutes to spare, so that's still nothing for the red team to get carried away about.
It looks like Center Gun being pressured right now by the demo, but he goes down to Archelius, who's doing a great job. Actually, Sappers go down.
Center Gun got sapped here, so
that Asian
the blue
gamer
team is
down.
nearly wiped.
That is amazing, because right now is the time for them to push with that Sentry Gun down, but there's nobody alive to do it, so...
Yes, so the red team somehow working out that defense with the crit streak here.
Yes, not... using it definitely better, at least in this first part, than the other team. Oh, Phone's going down to a headshot. Penguin getting a nice headshot on the medic right there.
Nice. That's a really nice moment, but sadly I missed that because my Bandicam stopped for some reason, so I'm just gonna put that thing on and back again. Sorry for that.
Alright. Hotman is out of spawn again. Close to an Uber, but not that close. Then McGibb is actually really far.
The red medic gets taken down by the McGibb, who is currently spawn camping the red spawn, which is a good move by him. But right now what I would really like to see is him on that cart just spamming his minigun, because right now that afterburn damage from... Oh, it's actually the scout finishing him off here.
And it looks like actually
the blue card finally gets capped off the first points. That took them 4 minutes, which is a very nice job, well done by the red team. But blue team looking quite strong, as I'm actually going on to the blue spy cam, if he's still alive right here somewhere. Yes, Intel is still alive, trying to get that engineer out of there, but he is pressured by the demo man and goes down to a well-placed sticky.
Looks like red players are up here positioned well for the defense, but so far I'm not seeing a sentry. Okay, it is set up in that little corner again, not using the height advantage of the attic, so again, not a fan of this.
Yes, indeed. Well, something about that second point on Barnblitz, every time that card has to get pushed through that, it actually goes onto a circuitry which forces a yellow pad to go to the other side and rotate that track, which I think takes around 10 seconds, so that's another significant advantage for the red team, but usually not exploited to the maximum.
Looks like actually Sentry Gun is doing its work right now. Here comes the crits from red.
Oh,
Also
the McGib goes down, but the sentry goes down as well. That's a nice pill by Not, but is it worth the heavy?
Yeah, that's a long discussion. Intel
especially when it's level 2 and not level 3.
Here comes the Pyro actually getting in, taking Extinguisher to Archelius.
Arc going down to the axe. Don't want to pronounce that name. Only gonna go wrong. And the scout actually trying to pressure the soldier here. Not running that charging charge Islander strategy once again, which is probably why they were going so strong in the first 10 seconds. Then he probably switched that charging charge again, so that's definitely a bad idea.
Crits popped again. Phones are just working that crits up very fast. Actually taking out a Hotman and a Hot Pants. He's totally out of position there when there was crits, you know, with no bullet fallout, are just so dangerous. And so
yes, the fall off gets taken slightly away when you're on crits. So the blue spy caught out by the soldier, but he's dead ringing. Let's see what this spy can do. He's behind the enemy lines. Talking about intel, will he get the stab on this demo? He misses the stab on the demo.
But meanwhile, he's distracting the demo, so the demo is not going to be there to help protect.
And the pyro and sniper as well. So
I mean, that's a good job done by
intel doing a good work as well. If you can't kill him, distract him. Works the same way.
Bones almost has his crits up again, so wonder what they've shown themselves to be very aggressive, which is a good plan right now, just not allowing
intel misses the stab on the engineer, but gets it the second time around. Does die, but the engineer managed to get that sapper off just in time, so the sentry will be alive to defend this point for even longer, as the cart is rolling back for what I believe is the first time in the entire game, which is a weird thing to see in the second half especially. And especially on a Barnblitz game as well. Aside from those pesky hills.
Ah, yes. So Phone still is holding on to the crits. Should probably pop it. Finally does. He must hear me. And pops it on the heavy, who's trying to do some damage but can't find anybody to kill right now, so Spy is at it again.
Intel gets the stab on the engineer and saps the sentry. He is getting oversawed, which means Phones is right back up to that advantage yet again. But we are seeing a crash out of the red team, and we are paused, I think.
Are we back? Some people are moving.
Some people are moving, some people are not, and yes, we are paused yet again.
Alright, so I guess we will be back.
We'll be back after the pause.
What's that?
We will be back after the pause.
Yes,
yet
indeed.
Again. Pause.
And we are back, I believe. Started recording again. Looks like Carlos, the sniper, dropped, but he is back in the games. I'm just watching Not run the charge and charge. Skating around, he actually looks pretty funny right now, carrying a huge sword and skating around. But anyway.
Yeah. Well, the pyro is actually taking down the sentry nest with his degreaser there. The cart is getting pushed onto the point with only ×2 on the cart, now ×3.
Medic on the cart too, which is probably not the best idea because the cart will be the target of most aggression and most spam, so Medic may want to step away from that. But Hotman is actually, especially now that he has 100% Uber.
Yes, He has 100% Uber right now pushing up on that hill, which is a very, very significant thing. Carlos back onto the red team as the cart is getting pushed up the hill.
Looks like, yeah, the medic indeed pops his Uber on his heavy, taking down the soldier, trying to be super aggressive, trying to follow up and get the medic kill. We're not able to do get Pariah in the kill. Yeah, it looks like the heavy medic combination is just going to keep pushing and try to prevent Red from setting up anything at this last point. Oh, but McGibb goes down to a headshot from Carlos, so some nice defense there.
That's a bad, bad thing right there for the... what I believe is... I don't remember, let me check that in a second. For what I believe is Gangsta Gang Gaming. There is 2 minutes to go for this final point. We are in the exact same situation as I believe Dominators United were in last time. Or was that Gangsta Gang Gaming?
We're Gravity
That was
Gang.
Gangsta Gang Gaming.
Gravity Gang, so you're close with the G's. But Red actually doing a great job. So that is Gravity Gang right now doing a great job pushing forward and putting up the defense right in front of the cart. They are not content to stay behind at that last point. They're really trying to secure the yard right here.
Yes, and it rolls down that little hill after the big hill. So that's another about 5 seconds off of that time. But the team here, the blue team, Dominators United, are looking to take back some ground before that cart eventually rolls back off the hill. The demo doing some work with his pipes here, still using that charge and charge I believe, but the carts, oh, that's bad news for Dominators United. Their medic is down to a backstab. But the best thing about that is that Phones is not building his Uber right now. He is sirenging a sniper, which is a bad idea. We need a sirenge that builds Uber. We need that.
You know, that is an excellent idea. Next time I talk to Gabe.
Probably never.
Yeah, oh, hey, you don't know. We have parties and talk all the time. But yes, anyway, so Phones is actually going to be, get his crits significantly faster, but being pressured right now by the Pyro, peeking his head out a little too far. He's in the yard, will survive that, but should really be falling back at this point. Could easily be headshot or spammed right now, and the only thing that Red has going for them is this crits advantage. Finally, they do pop it. Mocking God taking down, the other heavy,
oh,
but
the heavy goes down. But Penguin in return taking down Mocking God with that bushwalker, that sneaky bushwalker.
Oh, yeah.
But there's only 30 seconds left to go in the round. Will we see a third round here?
Engineer certainly wants to make that happen. Seth is on the cart pushing as hard as he can. But here comes the Red medic with the Uberstar. Phone's actually getting Seth with the Uberstar. That means he's going to have a crits for the last part of this. Almost, actually.
If Blue pushes the cart right now... No, that's bad. Optman.
No,
that is
overtime. So there we go. Gravity Gang pulling out the win. So goes 2-0 on Barnblitz over Dominators United. So there are the final scores. Seeing actually Seth doing an excellent job as engineer to get those points, but unfortunately was not able to help out his team right there.
Indeed. The biggest disadvantage that Dominators United had, in my opinion, is that their power classes, they need to get better at the game, in my opinion. They were bottom fragging a lot of the game. Look at that, Pyro bottom fragging. That's not a good thing to see. And the demo man, I think that was the Dominators United demo man actually running that charge and charge on the offensive side, and he was fragging below even the Pyro.
Yeah, so maybe some things to rethink in their strategy for the future. Of course, this game did take place in June, so maybe they have changed their strategy and tactics. So we will wish good luck to Dominators United and Gravity Gang in the future of their UGC career. I am Kip, and I want to thank Skyro for joining me. Do you have any last shout-outs or anything?
Well, primarily I just want to thank you for giving me this chance. Yet again, I've said it before, but not on screen. But there's really nothing else for me to say. Shout out to the Gibbous team, who I know and really like, and
Yeah,
there
they're
are
pretty cool.
going to be some games from my new team, Team Tactical, led by Mark, my friend. So do definitely watch out for that.
Yeah, hopefully I'll be bringing those to you within a few days. Excited about those matches. And just a reminder, remember this Saturday the 14th is Communities vs. Pros, brought to you by X Television, and this guy named Xside and I will be casting it on twitch.tv/xtv esports. So definitely tune in for that. It should be a lot of fun. I can't wait. So
I'm definitely going to watch that.
yeah.
If I
It should be lots of fun. So that's 9 o'clock Eastern. So you may have to stay up past your bedtime for that one.
I have connections.
All right. Well, again, thanks for joining me. This has been Kip, and have a good day, guys.